Hello, everybody. Not sure how well everyone can hear me right now, but am I coming through? Can you hear me? Hello, Tazana. Hello, 8-Bit. Hello, Shockbro. Hello, Chair. Hello, Caitlin. Hello, Lateater. Hello, Pixie. That actually works out, Susan. She's on top of things. Also, I hope you're doing well today. Hope you're about to have a wonderful afternoon. It's been getting better. I'll touch on it in a second. I wonder if I should actually like deactivate the noise for my alerts. Aw, shock bro. Missed you too. Alright, let's get back to it. Okay. Are we ready? That's not it. There we go. Oh, I forgot to hit the thing that makes me, move. Hello, everyone. There we go. Aw, thank you, Shock Bro. This is a swimsuit that I tend to wear, especially during these summer times. But, thank you for the head pats. Before I forget, if we haven't met before, I'm Odyssey of Odyssey Eurobeat. Vinyltastic, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. It is great to have you here. And thank you so much for that subscription. Please enjoy your emotes, your sub badge, and being part of the Oddities community. One of the goodest boys I know. Can we get some love in the chat for Vinyltastic? I was just about to say, we have a follow from Big Yoshi Mario, and now we have that Twitch Prime sub from Vinyltastic. Can we get some love in the chat for Vinyl? If you haven't met Vinyltastic, he's one of the best DJs, performers, and goodest boys I know, so give him lots of love, okay? Now, how are you all doing? Hello, Injure You. Hello, Raisin. Stop that before you cry. Aw. Well, I've had my fill of doing that enough today, so I'll let you off the hook for now. Good, I'm glad you're doing well, Daniel. Probably gonna stay as long as either one, my data lets me, or two, until my friend gets back. That's totally fair, Shock Bro. Today's kind of a one-off anyway. You can tell that, hello, R-Jazz. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. You can tell that today's kind of a different vibe, so... I do hope... Actually, I should probably start with that, right? I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Get a little closer. Oh, uh-oh, it's cutting the top of my head off. That's no good. How about we zero that and make that 0.05. Oh, nope, still cutting off the top of my head. Close enough. There we go. Aw, it's good to have you back, Shock Bro. And I want to apologize to anyone who I might have worried or made upset with the mentions of what I was going through earlier today. I will be fine. I'm doing a lot better now. Maybe not 100%, as you could probably hear, but I'm doing better. I'm doing better today. I'm not even entirely sure what really got me, but I could pinpoint a few things. Like I'm sure there's a number of things that I could point to, but I'm doing okay. I just kind of had a moment where I addressed it very briefly in my server. I have a lot of great things ahead for me. Like, a lot of them. Really great things, too. But, just like anything, too much of a good thing can still be too much. And, I think for a little while, I've been juggling that balance. I think I'm getting to a point where... How do I say? there might be a period of time in the near future where my original productions will be slower to come out. Fewer uploads to my YouTube channel that are just my own releases. That does not mean for a second that I am not making music anymore. Far from it. On the contrary, there are some extremely wonderful things coming up. The, too much pressure? I suppose so, actually. Some of it also falls back onto, there's something... There is something for which I have been contacted that is earth-shaking in my field. And I am honored to be part of it. But I don't know if anyone... Aloe, hello! It's good to see you. No worries, no worries. For those who are just coming in, all is well. I'm gonna be okay. I'm just kind of getting into what might have sparked a little bit of anxiety today. There's just a lot of aw. Oh, you're one to talk, Aloe. Hello. No, I'm not getting invited into Smash Bros. Although enough bros of it. Never mind. Aw. So, I guess the thing is, I've been brought on board to a couple of things that are truly fantastic, and one that is groundbreaking in my field. That's as much as I could say. The only issue is, it's at a point where I don't know if I can do everything that's necessary, if I need to start bringing on others in that space who might be able to speak to it better than I. I am afraid I don't know what that says. And, fortunately, a quick, deep L translate. Hello. All right. Hold on, another quick thing there. Hello, Mordi. It is great to see you. I'm afraid I don't speak. I'm venturing that's Russian. Deep L is saying that that's Russian. I am afraid I only speak English. So, the thing is, I would not be able to discuss what it is. And the thing is, with a lot of the opportunities that I have, I can't really get into depth about what they are. And even though they're such good things, even though they're things that I'm so glad to have, even things that are, I'm eager for them to start and to learn more about them and to put them out on the horizon and to tell you that it's coming. There's stuff that's been floating around from last year that I would love to share with you. It's just a lot. Oh, thank you for the headpats. It is okay, Murdy. You are doing well with your English. Thank you for your effort. And thank you for the headpats, Daniel. So I think today it just kind of hit ahead. That, there's only so much that I can do. And it should be a good thing, right? It's not even necessarily NDAs. For all intents and purposes, I could spill everything that's happened right now. But I also know full well that, that if I do, it would damage the intention. It would damage so much for me. And very likely reduce the number of opportunities that I have going forward. It feels like the kind of momentum I've needed for years. Easily within the last 5 to 10. And it's all just kind of happening at once. Hello, Maddie. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. Sorry for the more somber vibes. I swear I will feel better. And I'm already, oh, thank you for the headphones. I'm already feeling much better, for the record. I'm happier. I'm feeling more positive. It's mostly just a matter of that moment was a little intense, but I'm doing better now. That said, it is part of why the mood is a little bit quieter, a little bit more relaxed, because it's fun making Eurobeat, and it's fun playing the double jump trans girl climb the mountain game, and it's fun doing all that. But I like more contemplative moments with you too. I like that we have this. Like, in that I don't have to put on a character, so to speak. That my character is essentially just me. I can be a bit more authentic in the kinds of conversations that we have, and I appreciate that. For now, I think that's enough for getting things started. Since then, I've put myself together, made a really nice sandwich. Like, I'm kind of blown away at how well it turned out. Aw, La Teeter, I appreciate that. That's very sweet of you. Huh? Not ending up on a VTuber Sneeze compilation this time. Thank you very much. But I put myself together. I made a really fantastic sandwich. I took a walk around the block, and that helped quite a lot. Thank you. What kind of sandwich? So, it was honey ham, Colby Jack, spinach, and I don't have mayonnaise, so but I do have whipped cream cheese. So I did a little bit of whipped cream cheese and some orange taqueria sauce, like the spicy taqueria sauce that they have at some of the places over here. And it was really good. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I didn't think it was going to be bad, but it was like, wow. Might look like it's all at once, but many things can be divided, conquered, and done one at a time. Make sure to take the rest you need in between, and don't worry too much about how it will turn out. But just so we know, we'll rock the house, whatever it is. That's the thing. I'm noticing a few opportunities that I've actually missed out on. A few things that, I'm not sure if they'll appreciate me talking about this, but it's kind of, it looks worse on me than it does on them. Hyundai reached out to me for Volume 3 of the Nürburgring videos some time ago, and I blanked on it because I've been so busy with other things that I let it fall to the wayside. So they went with Delta, which is fantastic. They did a great job. They chose a great mix, and I don't have regrets for how they went about with that. But it's the kind of thing where when you have a fear of falling behind, hello, Odyssey, how many ganders do you have? I have until now 39. Ganders? I don't have any geese. What are you talking about? Oh, well, just the one. I had one before, but it was broken, so I traded in for another one. That's all. What? I can't hear gander without thinking about that old Mother Goose rhyme. Like, goosey goosey gander, whither shall I wander? Upstairs and downstairs and in my lady's chamber. Stuff like that. Oh, got it. I think we're dealing with a transphobe. Yeah, we're not doing the attack helicopter jokes. Pardon my French, but no, I'm not gonna say it that way. I'm not gonna putz around. We don't do the helicopter jokes today. Dude really popped into like a hangout stream on Twitch to make a point about gender. What is it with transphobes and making everything about gender? Like, yes, I'm trans, that is fantastic, but we got other stuff to talk about. We got other things to worry about. Like, it is such a fraction of what the stream is, of what I am, of what y'all get from this. Anyhow. So it's just little things like that when I worry No worries, Jan. It's good to see you. It's not an unfortunate time. It's just a little bit of real talk. We'll put it that way. If I may, stop me if I may not. I mean, I'll let you know if it's out of line or something. But yeah, no, Gian, Jean, you're in the right place at the right time. We're just hanging out. It's nice to have some real talk sometimes. Yeah. I'm at a point where I didn't expect. Sure. Off to the Shadow Realm for them, Jimbo. That's what happens, bud. Message for, dunked on? Okay. I appreciate the sentiment, Shock Bro, but, I think we're in a good place where we have enough moderation to get the job done if someone does pop in. And we have enough tools at our disposal to where if they did come in en masse, that we'd be able to handle it. But I do appreciate that sentiment, Shock Bro. Thank you for your concern. That doesn't really work, I think, yeah. But to avoid giving them space and time. Mods were on top of that and didn't even get to read what it said. All good. All good. Yeah. It's at a point where I'm at a place with all this that I should be happy about because there's no worries, Shock Bro. If this is where we depart or if the connection is dropping out, thank you so much for coming. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. I don't know, I'm really happy with where I am in terms of all this. This is where I would have loved to have been like 5 years ago, 3 years ago even, a year ago. And it's not like I'm unhappy to be here now. I guess, I don't know. It's just, it is... No worries, Big Yoshi Mario. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. I hope that I can always be as open with you all as I can be without getting parasocial or breaking NDA. Oh, thank you for the head pats. Things are good. Things are really good. I'm glad that you're doing well, Big Yoshi. Like, I feel like I'm starting to get that momentum point where things are going to start taking off. No worries, Shock Bro. Take whatever time you need. This whole week has been rather tame. That's fair. I would pray for that tameness, honestly, on my end. All right, I'll do a quick hydrate. So, I'm glad that I have a team around me and I have people supporting me. And I'm glad that I've been taking, my time to take care of myself after AX, because it feels like this was the right time to do that. To really focus on recovery. Because there are still things that are happening, things I still need to work on, but not as many big ticket items, you know, not as big as like Off-Kai or Anime Expo or something like that, where it's an introduction where that first impression matters. And I would go so far as to say those things went really well. Who here was at Off-Kai Expo? And who here was at Anime Expo? And of those who actually caught the set. Whether you did or didn't, I'm glad to report that they were all pretty big successes. I feel like just based on feedback from con goers and the staff and even management, they've all been everything's coming up Odyssey, you know. I was at work crying because I wasn't at neither event despite living next door. No worries, Vinyl. There will be future events. I hope to go back to AX and Off-Kai next year. I'd very much like that, honestly. And Yeah, I think things will be okay. I don't think it's going to be one of those things where it's like, oh, you know, I got to wait a year before I can show up at AX or Offkai again, you know? So I don't have any big ticket things there anymore. So there was a stretch of about 6 months of that and big projects that were lining up, and even something that happened at AX. One of these big opportunities that I'm super excited about. I never in a million years would have thought that I would have been contacted for this kind of thing, let alone on such a scale. But it's also, the follow-up is kind of a little bit intimidating. Hello, Omega Nexosium Core. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. I noticed something. And please understand, this is going to sound like the most Hallmark card garbage dumpster BS that you may have ever heard. Hello, Dylan. I am Bing chilling. Oh, actually, ice cream sounds really good right now. So, I love when I get to be a performer, a DJ, a vocalist, a composer, a producer, a musician, a VTuber. The most rewarding time seems to be when I just focus on myself as a girl. Just as being myself. And I don't think it's because I dislike the things that I do. I love what I do. This is my dream job. The fact that it's lasted this long blows my mind. The fact that it's gotten to the point where things are, I wish that I could share it. I wish that it wouldn't damage what we have. But I know that if I shared it, it would get in the way of things. I love that I'm there, but I think damage if I did share what was going on. Because at this point, it's the kind of thing where if you talk about it before it happens, it runs the risk of not happening. Or then it obliges the company to do something, and they don't tend to like doing that. Company being the other party or whatever. To some extent, I feel like that might have been what happened. This was publicly disclosed, so to some extent, I wonder if that might have been what happened with Nina. The fact that she talked about it on stream, and then not everything was hunky-dory with everyone. She and I were cool, but that's as much as we know. Or as much as I know. So I can't really dive into it. So this last week has been so restorative with just taking time to just be. To put myself together more often, to keep myself put together, to go out for little walks around the block, to treat myself to a little bit of coffee sometimes, to buy a ticket to MagWest this weekend to see the Living Tombstone set tomorrow night. Things like that. And it's been helping. Today just felt like a weird one-off, you know? It happens, though. I'll just have to be patient, although not being able to share is probably worse than... Yeah, I will say this. I've said this so many times before, and I plan to... I mean it so much more now. Your patience will be severely rewarded. Immensely rewarded. If you can bear with me through a little bit of a dry spell on my end of things, you're going to be very impressed and delighted with what you see. I promise it. I can thoroughly promise it. There are seeds planted from last year that I can't talk about. All right, take care, Blue. Thank you so much for popping in. Have a great rest of your day. Last Seahorse performing tomorrow at 5. Yeah. I may spend a good chunk of tomorrow. Well, the thing is, tomorrow, my family has some folks coming over to my parents' house, and I'd love to spend some time with them. I might be able to make it in the evening for Seahorse though. Let me see. The timing might be a little interesting. Your music was inspirational since I discovered it, and I can't, but will wait to see what's on the way. I go hope things behind the scenes are okay and everything. I'm sorry. I thought you were saying that you were going. I am so sorry. Yeah, I think I've said my piece. At least in terms of what had me all worked up and mind go brrr, you know? How y'all doing? I know I'm fine, darling. Tell me something new. Hello, Mako. You came in just at the very end of things. I hope of the sort of the bulk of the subject. I hope you're doing very, very well today. Yeah, how is everybody? How y'all doing? I just had some dinner. How was it? I hope it was delicious. Should I get some music going, by the way? I feel like now that things are less, like, somber, mostly just existing, and sort of just existing mostly, that is totally fair. Just being here is such a big part of making it. I can wait, so long as you're alive and well. Yep, I am alive and getting better. I'll put it that way. What kind of music should I do? Homemade borscht. Ooh. I'm afraid I don't remember. Okay. Is borscht like it's like a stew, yeah? A sour soup with meat stock. Okay. Finished up the framework for my first Eurobeat song. That's fantastic. My time has come. Take care, Shock Bro. Thank you so much for coming. Have a great rest of your day and have a good weekend, yeah? Put on Reflect Eurobeat remix. I will leave Turbo to play the Turbo remixes if that's cool. Although, this morning I did manage to catch the teaser for another track that A1 is putting out, and it looks like they brought Turbo on for that too. It has been so cool to see Turbo really killing it with A1 these days. Feels cool. A lot of the same energy that it feels like I felt with them early on. And of course, I have so much joy for A1 being successful going, you know, with a lot of this too. But yeah, RJazz, congratulations! That is a big step forward. Yeah, let me go ahead and grab. I think I have like. I think I'll do some Cafe de Toho. More Turbo and A1. Yippee! That is totally fair. How's the volume balance, by the way? Music too loud, too quiet, just right? Yeah. I think now is a good time to start making things a little more lively. Part of me is really struggling with fulfillment at my professional work. I need to do creative things, but it's tough road or switch. Music balance seems good. Good. And I'm sorry to hear that. With music and setup, I'm ready to ask Odyssey if she comes here often. Hey babe, you come to this beach often? Or is it just me? Maybe a hint quieter, that I can do. More like 50%. Right about his lovely way. Just like the source of that name. Come to think of it, I just realized I did not yeah, I don't think I properly VIP'd a certain Catato. Thank you for that, Pats. Much appreciated. Okay, no, the Catato is VIP'd. We're good. Yeah, I think we're all right. So I have to record the guitar and bass for my song, but I got it all planned out. No, that is great. I would love to hear that when it's done. I will always be happy to hear that more folks are taking on Eurobeat production, trying it anew. Actually, to the producers in my chat, I'm gonna turn the speaker volume up a little bit so I can hear it that way. What is an obstacle for you? What is something that you find is difficult about learning to produce Eurobeat? Is it structure? Is it the instruments? Is it sound design? Is it What do you find is in the way for you? I wish I could play some Eurobeat on my keyboard, just don't know what program to use. Making synths. That is totally fair. Are there specific synths that you're looking for, like just the brass, or what do you find that you're bumping into, R-Jazz? So, Big Yoshi Mario, I feel like any DAW, any program that'll run that should work. You need a mixer. I mean, do you? Most DAWs are digital. All you'd really need is a set of headphones and, you know, the DAW. For those who don't know, a DAW is a digital audio workstation. I wonder if for a lot of people, there's something on my screen and I basically had to boop just to get, wait. Is it still there? Can you do it again? Is it still there? Wait, is there something on my nose? Beep. Well, like, thank you for getting that. All right, and Aloe's chair but cooler, as per request. All right. I think mainly the jazz. I've tried the free presets, Synth 1, PG8X, but I can never quite get the right sound. I guess the question is, which sound are you aiming for? Is there another song that emulates what you're looking for perfectly? I remember for a long time, the songs that I would point to were like Express Love by Mega Energy Man, or Pamela by Matt Land, or things like that. Because a lot of these songs have different configurations of those instruments, and not every...
Please turn their eyes in the ground. Of course. Write that down.
I would say, ow. A lot of different Eurobeat tracks have different arrangements. It's not always like the same synth brass. If you listen to Remember Me versus Save Me, I'll think of the headpads. If you listen to Remember Me versus Save Me by Leslie Parrish, the lead sounds are actually different. Hydrate, that I could do. Thank you for the reminder. Gosh, I can tell I haven't done my vocal exercises today. Aw, hello, Shrouded Wolf. Well, let me get it here so I can wave at you. How you doing today? I hope you're doing very well. And it is always adorable when you can meow for me. Oh, another wink? All right. Another wink for Pixie. And there you have it. I will also say that I'm going to try to be a little bit easier on my voice today because of that. Tired, but that's okay. Just getting some work done. Well, that's cool. I hope you don't have too much to do. I hope that you get some time to rest and recover today. Isn't Save Me an Aishu sound? I think so. Whereas, Remember Me, I would say that Remember Me is still Aishu, isn't it? Remember me, I remember everything. So Aishu is a subset of Eurobeat that generally just means sentimental. It tends to have a sadder sound where it's like less to do with brass and more to do with bells. Remember Me has more of a synth lead. Have you thought about using a real bass for any tracks? That's something you do in Eurobeat, because I would love to have something I could play. I've thought about using a real bass sound a couple of times. And I've also tried to write sort of groovier bass patterns that are more realistic. I am the daughter of a bass player, for the record, so I should know how to write something a little bit more realistic than I usually do. Thank you for the head pats. I think today I'm gonna take it a little even easier on my voice today. I know that it's not my most polished kind of stream or my best kind of voice. What's interesting though is I forget who it was yesterday that was like, oh yeah, you know, Deep Voice Odyssey, let's go. And that kind of surprised me because for years I've been trying to make my voice like higher and more cutesy. So to have a deeper voice be sought after or like desired. Save Me's lead is more of the strings like riff, whereas Remember Me is the brass. Yeah, because Remember is like hello Rays, good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. Let me wave at you. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. But in terms of Remember Me is oh gosh. Remember Me. No, it's I just got Save Me and Remember Me mixed up. I'm sorry. Baby, save me. Like, Save Me is a bit more plucky, isn't it? Like. Aw. Well, of course you're pretty unforgettable yourself, Vinyl. My brain just made me aware that I haven't heard the word fishy in years. That's fair. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised that people wanted to hear a deeper voiced me. It kind of got me thinking, like, I wonder if I need to start streaming with the same voice pitch, like, around here, but more, I guess just with the tone a little bit more workshopped, so to speak. Remember sounds more serious, like a minor chord compared to a major. I mean, I wouldn't say that Remember Me sounds more serious. I feel like they're both pretty, I feel like they're both pretty serious. But that's the thing, too, like, for a lot of, aw, Shrouded, thank you. A lot of people getting into Eurobeat for the first time in terms of making it, yeah, melancholic versus, I guess, there's a different sense of urgency. One is wistful. And the other one is a bit more like, it's the difference between the two. Like, one is Remember Me. The other one is Save Me. You know, there's an urgency, there's a call to action to it. I don't know, I guess in terms of intention, I would still lump both of them into being Aishu, but I guess my understanding of Aishu might be limited if there's a specific thing to it, like if it can't have synth brass. Or if it needs to have limited synth brass. I guess so. There's an immediate sorrow, like in the moment that we find out that a tragedy has struck, compared to looking back on it. And I think that might be the case with Save Me versus Remember Me. Also, I'm gonna do something silly real quick. I'm gonna add some solar flare. No, I'm not gonna do we're not gonna do sun rays. We're gonna do shine rays. We're gonna kinda scale it back a little bit. Save Me, Remember Me. What about Notice Me, Senpai? I've already noticed you, honey. Your Kohai. Wait, you are the Kohai. You've been noticed. Always have, baby. Right, what was I on about? Just adding some, I was adding some little flourishes, little details. But yeah, with Eurobeat production, there's so much more to it than like, oh, get the one brass, get the one patch, you know? It is still a dance genre. It still takes some understanding of basic, like, production. Audio's my, aww. I'm honored to hear that, honestly, like, the idea that I would be someone's favorite VTuber is still just, I don't know, something about that clings to my heart. One of my favorite unique and probably never before done leads has got to be an accordion. That's right. High Energy Attack did that, didn't they? Gosh, there's something about this that's actually kind of nice. My voice does feel a little bit better. One Love, One Love. Was that the one? I thought High Energy Attack did that with it was on a volume of Tornado and Friends, if I remember right. I don't know why that summoned Weird Al Eurobeat into my brain. So again, that's still high energy attack, really. It was on the Trailblazers, yeah. It wasn't Bomba, which I loved. It wasn't Tagal, which... Oh, what was it? It was one of those where the riff was played by an accordion. Pretty sure, anyway. But yeah, the thing with Eurobeat is, certain synths may not be necessary. It's more a matter of just getting the basics down. Like, does it have the 4 to the floor? Does it have the bouncy FM bass? Does it have offbeats on every other 8th note? You're probably a good chunk of the way there. Actually, you know what? This might as well be as good a time as any to talk about it. Let me pause that, put that down on the bar. Let me crack open Bitwig real quick. Let me show some thigh, some calves, some hips. And yeah, let me open Shoost. And okay. Did it not open Bitwig? There we go. So Bazooka is close because Bazooka had the live brass section. But I do know that there is a high energy attack song where they used an actual, like, accordion. I need to crack open a cold one because the stream is getting a little hot. Aww. Something to cool you down. Why in the world is it not even opening? There we go. Okay, so we're gonna do a new project. So let me just grab a couple of quickies. Hello, Ericaka. Wait, it's not showing the actual window, is it? Oh, I am a professional streamer. Let me make sure that I'm not gonna accidentally crack open a poorly chosen window here. Close that. All right. That should be fine. Close that one. Close that. Keep that open. Okay. Cool. I think we should be good. Window we want... Bitwig. We want Bitwig. Okay. There we go, there we go. Okay. So, well, of course, yeah. Gotta have, actually, one thing I might do, I'm going to turn off the camera shake. So I think that'll actually help stabilize things a little bit. And let's go ahead and reduce the scale just a smidge. A little bit more. Little bit more. There we go. All right, I think I need to scooch it though. Can I, like, move it a little bit more to the right? Is that program free, and if not, how much is it? So Splice has a rent-to-own program for Bitwig that is pretty good, actually. I really like it. So you can also try demos of things on here, on it. Yeah, I think this will work. Okay, so we get rid of that. Let me just drag a few quick things on here, just for the sake of demonstration. So you get drums. These are the 3 things that I think you need to actually just get the Eurobeat feeling down. We're gonna make this FM8. So here's the thing. Something that I don't see a lot of people talk about is that Yamaha DX7 synth sounds, the actual presets, are out on a bunch of websites. FM8 and Dext and other FM synths will read those for free. Like the files themselves are also free. So you can use that to get an FM bass like you'd need for Eurobeat. So we'll do my favorites. We'll grab this one, pitch, bring this back up to 0, put that up to 12, put this down to -12, velocity all the way up. Master all the way up. Easy. Lots of volume, full velocity. Pull the envelope down a smidge. I'm gonna need my headphones back on for this for a second. Alright. Take care, Omega Nexosium Core. Hope you have a good one. So it's a little quiet compared to the noise, isn't it? I'll have to turn it up somewhat. How do I turn this up even more? Maybe I could add some bass. Okay, so we have just an FM bass, drums, and this will just be offbeats. Okay. Let's just get like a basic beat going. So this drum machine already has hello? Oh, right. I need to open the actual like preset. So I made a preset a long time ago. Yeah, the one that I used in it was originally called Cowboys. Okay, so we're gonna just lay down a really quick pattern. This does not have to be too complicated. Because remember, what we're looking for isn't a stellar Eurobeat track yet. This is just like how to get the basics, the feeling. Oh wait, we also gotta get the tempo right. So let's do 150. Well, I goofed that one up. These need to be over here. So yeah, this one here, this bass that we're about to add is the modified DX7. Let's see. Let's give ourselves some eighth notes. What you're looking for is DX7 system exclusive information. It'll look like SYSEX. Be careful searching that. Actually, you know what I want to do? Let's just do... So that's got a lot of the mileage right there, doesn't it? It's not ideal. Let's go ahead and boost the volumes of these. Hello, Maze-Nyan. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. Someone who has no idea what's happening. This is very fascinating and interesting. Oh, thank you. So, I'm kind of getting into some misconceptions about Eurobeat production. Today's kind of an easygoing talk about whatever day. So, folks had some questions about making Eurobeat. So, you don't have to use FM8. You could use, I think Dext will read the same kind of files. Actually, let me see if I can find, is that the one? I think we have, that's not it. This is the site that I use. Yeah, if you look up Yamaha DX7 SYSEX, maybe with safe search on, just to be sure, you'll end up, instead of with questionable content, you'll actually end up with files for how to get the sound. So all you got to do is get the original Yamaha patches, like pick the one that says Yamaha, and you're good to go. They're free. They're just online. They're just instructions for how to get the synths to work. you kind of have that bounce enough as is just between these two. With a punchy enough drum kit and a bass, you kind of have most of it. But something that a lot of amateur producers will miss, I'm not even going to modify the sound here, is these offbeats. And then, because these will add a little bit of emphasis to the end, to every other beat, which is kind of what you're aiming for. You want that Eurobeat bounce. Listen, good Eurobeat is like a Gynax boobie. You need that thing to bounce. So, a better thing to do with these, instead of just a thing of saw waves doing this, what you do is you kind of make it a little bit more plucky. Add a little bit of resonance. Maybe a little bit less. So now you have something a little bit more like a really like, if you had to come up with a guitar, like, you know, when you're playing a guitar with a pick and you stroke upwards or on the guitar, when you stroke the strings of a guitar upwards and then downwards, you get that kind of off beat. You know, it's all at once, but when you pair it with everything else, that kind of sound gets you a lot further than having any kind of, because you could have your synth brass, but I'm not going to add one. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to add a bell. Let's use the JV 1080, for instance. Because remember, this is still Eurobeat that we're making here. Actually, you know what? No, let's not use a traditional Eurobeat sound. Let's go ahead and grab Nexus. And I'm just going to grab a bell, one of my favorites. Go to my presets, favorites. We're gonna pick a bell. We'll grab this one. And we'll make something almost like an old classic Sugano line, like. Good old octaves. Use a rhythm guitar playing power chords to play that offbeat. I feel like you could have it augment that, but in a lot of Eurobeat, you're gonna get more mileage out of having a synth play that line, or even just having a synth play octaves. Even in a lot of guitar-driven Eurobeat, you're gonna bump into a lot of synthesizers playing that role. That's not to say that you can't. Obviously, a lot of my favorite Eurobeat is the stuff that breaks the rules, but if you're just starting out and you want to learn the rules, so you know what to break in terms of those rules, I would say start with a synth. The cool thing is it doesn't have to be too complicated. This is still just one thing of saw waves, with the envelope on the amplitude. Just make it plucky. It'd sound even better if I did this. You see how we've got a lot of Eurobeat feeling out of that with no synth brass. This is still with just drums, an FM bass, offbeats, which are very simple, and like Nexus bells. In fact, let's replace this with sound canvas. I wonder how it'll sound like the piano. Oh, it's like an octave up or something. That's weird. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab pipe pad. Grab that one. Hello, Lumi Celestine. Hello, Raiders. Good to have you here. I am Odyssey of Odyssey Eurobeat, and we're just kind of hanging out today. How are you doing? I hope you're doing very, very well. So, Bill, the point that I... Celestial Raid, that is so cute. Hello, DV Church. Hello, Lumi Celestine. Celestine, I hope you are doing very, very well today. Today was kind of anxious for me, so we're keeping the vibes kind of low and simple, easygoing. But there are some questions about Eurobeat production. So the thing, thank you for getting the shout out ready, Pixie. So Bill, the thing is, like, you could even have less complicated drums than this. We get rid of the snare, and even the crashes. You hear how much mileage you're getting out of... In fact, let's go ahead and mute the lead again. I feel like if you have to master any particular sound before you get to the synth brass, it's this FM bass. And even then, it is literally just like... It's just system exclusive information from the original DX7. It's just like... It's just old patches from that. How about a hi-hat? I suppose the hi-hat's important, but you can get... Here's the thing with a lot of Eurobeat drums. Other than the kick, what you do is you go and you find... Okay, location, sound content. We want samples and presets. We want drum samples. And what you do, a lot of Roland TR-909... tips hi-hat. These drums are free. A lot of your favorite DAWs will include it for free. So what you're looking for is a hi-hat, an open hi-hat that is crisp. For a lot of Eurobeat, you're gonna want one that's got some legs to it, a very strong transient. No worries, Lumi. It could be a bit of a massage. This could be an ASMR Eurobeat tutorial. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Today, I am going over Eurobeat production. Sorry, I couldn't resist. But, yeah, you can get a lot out of very little. These drums are free. In fact, I'd go so far as to say, if you can get a set of Roland 808 909 drums, you could probably even replace, let's replace some of these with the stock Roland TR-909 sounds. None of these are really my favorite, but I can get this one to work. So, it takes a little bit of processing. This one might actually be pretty good. Oof. That is weirdly subby. This one's pretty close. Oof. Yeah, that one is still very, very low. So maybe these aren't the best examples. So maybe everything but the kick. So what you do is you get the... we didn't replace this clap with the one from the Roland TR-909. And this closed hi-hat from the TR-909. Closed hi-hat. Boom. And this open hi-hat from the TR-909. Oops. Eh? You have to do some adjustments to the kick, but I'd say everything except for the kick you can get from the TR909. Let's get the crash. We'll do that one and this one. You know, we still got to do something about that kick. So everything except that, what you do is you go looking for some dubstep kicks. You get something punchy. You get something from Cymatics or something. I don't know. Let's do, I don't know, free EDM kicks. That one's pretty good, actually. Oops. And it's not perfect, but you can hear how it gets you most of the way there. Roland TR909 can fill out like 90% of the drums. I also like doing like a different kind of snare. I like a flammy kind of snare, but these are less important. You would have no snare and no crashes. And then I mean, this is kind of boring. And there's some issues with that kick, so yeah, let's go ahead and swap this out. Let's go back to the preset. I'm gonna do boop and boop. Okay. But we can replace everything else with those 909 drums. I kind of did a bad example with these. I'm very sorry. But yeah, you can get a lot out of just free 909 drums and the FM8 from the DX7 stuff that you found online. And this is just saws. And this is literally just like, I don't even think it's general MIDI. Let's do this one. You hear how this does, these three do so much for it. It doesn't need to be too complicated. Again, for the offbeats, for these little, I called them upstrokes because I wasn't thinking about how sussy it sounded. Literally just get like a pluck. Like as a matter of fact, let's grab Vital. Let's do this in a different synth. No, synth 1. We'll do this in synth 1. Brains at full capacity. No worries, 8-bit. Thank you so much for coming. Let's go ahead and grab a, let's see, external. Is there like an empty thing here? No. Factory preset, that's fine. Internal sound bank, factory, Rydeen. Okay. So grab a, I need a keyboard. This one's a little bit cryptic, so let's go ahead and do, let's grab Vital, since that one is free. So we have a similar setup. You literally just take the sustain all the way down, take the decay, real short. Let's go ahead and go here. Same principle. And then if you want to get interesting with it, you can do more voices. I think we did less for that than we did in Serum. But you see how simple that can get. Like, we've literally, all we've done is dragged up the V to 6, pulled the sustain down, and pulled the decay down a little bit. Let me start from scratch. Forward, back. Oh, no, I want the initialized patch, please. Okay, initialize. Get out of the menu. Again, sustain from your init preset. Just sustain down to 0. Decay down to like 0.3 something. The V next to unison, drag it up to like 5 or 6. Is it ideal? No. Is it enough to start? Yes. But yeah, you can get a lot of mileage out of literally just these 3 things. Before worrying about like the synth brass or going after, you know, this or that kind of lead from your favorites, start with these. If you can nail these... Wait. If you can nail these, then no matter what you have here, it'll still sound like Eurobeat. But yeah, and maybe there's another synth that we can do. Let's do Silent. Silent is fairly approachable. Once you get past the, you know. Let's go ahead and grab, hello, Rage Mage. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. So we'll do, just a fresh preset. So we need Decay, but no... So let's see. Oh wait, that was the wrong synth to change. Alright, we want this to be silent. So from, I'm sorry, Arjaz. That's totally fair. Let me take a sip real quick. I would say, in terms of Eurobeat production, you're going to be spending a lot of time around synthesizers. So, I would recommend researching the kind... Oh, that is licensed to my dead name. I would recommend researching the basics of a synthesizer and of sound design and of synthesis, that kind of thing, yeah? Then I think it's okay to get a little bit more comfy with it, you know? Let me see what I would do with this. Add a little bit of decay, no sustain. Let's go ahead and add a little bit of a pitch, jump to this. Let's do like 1. You hear how much we just got out of that? Like, that's pretty substantial. Aye. Dang, that's actually not a bad sound. All I was doing was trying to make it a little louder. So, from these 3 things, you get a lot. You can get so much. And then, if you're talking about synth brass... trying to get the Yamaha bass. So, what you're looking for is Yamaha DX7 Sys X. Hello, Tangent. Have a good lurk, okay? But yeah, that is where you're gonna find... What you want is the original DX7 patches. And the problem is you're gonna get a lot of files for it. There are so many just within the first page of Yamaha. I do not remember where I found this one, but it took me some diving. It took me some poking around to find base 1. Alternatively, found the page. Yeah, I will confess that I just kind of downloaded a few and dived in. I picked a few favorites, and it's like, this one's close enough. Can I... Let's see. Converted system exclusive. It's none of these. It's not letting me navigate anymore, is it? Hello? Okay. No. No. There we go. My FM8. No. Instruments. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. It's not from that. Aha. So the one that I found it in was base_2.syx. So I'm guessing, okay, zoom up. I don't see it there. There it is. So, I'm worried about sharing the link. So what I might do, I'm gonna poke this out and share the actual window real quick. So, where is Shoost? There is Shoost. Okay. So we're gonna capture the window that I have for, should say Yamaha DX7. Here we go. Oh, that's too bright. Okay. Too many effects, too many effects. Nope, that's not helping. Okay. So, I'm so sorry, Archaz. What you're looking for is you go to this particular website with a name that would be sussy if I put it into chat. Please understand, it's and you go down to just Yamaha. Yeah, Yamaha. And you scroll down until you find base_2. Base_2. This, so these are, system exclusive files are instructions for synths. Basically, it's instructions for MIDI. So these are basically DX7 presets. But the trick is, thank you so much for the follow, Papucito41. Welcome to the stream. It is great to have you here. I'm Odyssey of Odyssey Eurobeat, and today we're just hanging out by the beach. My work has been featured in Super Eurobeat, Initial D, Linus Tech Tips, and Hyundai. Great to have you here. With that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and go back to, where is it? Where is Bitwig? There it is. I'm going to go back to Bitwig, and what I found was base 1 right here. I think I pulled it back a little bit. Because as you can hear, it's a little much. Let's go to here. You pull the brightness down a little bit. A little bit more appropriate, right? And maybe base 2. Still a little bit intense, but maybe the brightness is too high. And what I did was basically just float around through here. Now, I can only speak to FM8. I can't speak to Dext. I can't speak to the other ones in terms of what they do. Hello, Papucito. Hey, I love your music, and today I found through your Instagram. Just want to tell you your music is awesome, especially Tear You Up. Gives me... Aw, thank you. I'm so glad that you enjoy it. And I look forward to making more music like Tear You Up for you. I wish I had your Eurobeat mind. You amaze me every time you release a record. Aw, thank you. But yeah, actually, I think FL has an FM synth that does DX7 system exclusive. FL Studio FM synth. What's it called? Citrus. I think Citrus can do that. And if not that, then I think Dext is free. But yeah, that's my recommendation. Bring the brightness back to 0. And, yeah. Is FM8 free? Hell no. FM8 is from Native Instruments. FM8 costs like, I think like $100 some odd bucks. Native Instruments FM8. Yeah, at the moment, FM8 costs $150. Sometimes it goes on sale, but you're gonna get more mileage out of. Well, you could update it for $69. Nice. But yeah, that one costs money. That one costs money, but I think Dext is free. But yeah, that is my ramble on Eurobeat production and just getting the sounds right. Oh yeah, let me just do a quick thing on Eurobeat brass. Let's grab massive actually, just to make it simple. This is just a bunch of saws. We're gonna start over. Bunch of saws. 1, get saws. We already did that. Let's grab several, in fact. So we now have 7 saws. Step 2, make wide. We're gonna go from 0 to like point, I don't know, 5. Here, that sounds a little closer. It's just a super saw, but it's close. And now 3, envelope. Sauce. Sauce. It sounds like I'm a YouTube poop or something. First, get sauce. Then, get sauce. Last of all, get sauce. But third, and this is how you get as close as you can, envelope on 2 things. Okay, you want, like, no attack. Pull the level of the decay down. And set it to, like, I don't know. There. You don't really get a number in Massive, sadly. You put this on the pitch. We're gonna drag that up to 12. Maybe a little more decay. Maybe I should plug in my MIDI controller for this. Hold on, let me grab that. Swouse. Sus. Okay. Grab that, plug it in. And now we have... Wait. It's a lot better. So I'm grabbing a keyboard. Have you ever collaborated or watched other Eurobeat producers such as Akira? So I've listened to Akira's production, and I've watched a couple of Turbo streams. Yeah, and Turbo and I have worked together on a track with ShinkoNet. So I have a lot of love and a lot of respect for other Eurobeat producers, like on the indie side of things. So yeah, I might even adjust that just a little bit more. You hear how that's kind of adding a little bit of a at the beginning? That's how you get a brassy pitch. This is what makes it this is what makes it different from just a super saw. That right there. Step 1, get saws. Step 2, make wide. Step 3, envelope on the amp. Sorry, on the pitch. You could adjust the one on the amp, but I mean that's just kind of up to you. At that point, it's a matter of taste. But yeah. I don't understand how both you and Shinko have so few... It's because I haven't marketed myself very well. I haven't gone out of my way to promote myself on the level that Turbo or Dominic Ninmark, etc. have. It's something I'm trying to work on. I'm hoping that the whole VTubing thing helps a little bit. And I have some amazing opportunities coming up if I can just keep up with it. But yeah, this is the basics of a Eurobeat From here, what I like to do is I like to add a little bit of vibration to when you use the mod wheel, like the... Oh no, it's not reading it! Okay. That kind of sound. I like to add that, and I like to give myself a full octave of pitch bend. So that's just -12 and +12, which is usually plus or minus 2. But yeah, this little bit is just like a... I wish that I could like clip this whole last little bit and just be like, this is a super simple, right out the door Eurobeat primer. No relation to Eurobeat Prime. But, yeah. FM8, I just get the sample from system exclusive from a DX7. Drums are mostly a Roland TR-909 and dubstep kick and snare. The offbeats are just saws. Like plucky saws. And then for synth brass, 1, get saws. 2, make wide. 3, envelope on the pitch. That's it. That isn't gonna get you all the way there. You're not gonna have the most polished piece of work, but that would be the sort of quick and dirty approach to Eurobeat. And I do know that some of y'all like dirty stuff here. Don't you can't fool me. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and close Bitwig, and I'm going to put myself back in the middle of the screen. I'm a VTuber. You didn't think I was gonna get a little sussy? All right, that is that. Let me put OBS back here, and there we are. I hope that this is still in place. A little wide, but gets the job done. Maybe about there. Scooch it up. There we go. Close that. Rip you. I forgot that the burger does that. I love that I changed the sounds of that. Just know that this whole time I've been making post-it notes for all that. Aw, good job. I'm proud of you. Thank you for taking notes and like respecting what I share. It's not that anyone else listening was not, but like that was the extra mile. How are people doing today? Grego, I'm doing so much better since I started streaming. I had a little bit of anxiety today, but things are going a lot better now. I'm staring respectfully. You're just too good, Vinyl. You are just such a good boy. On the same token, you're free to look like I'm a VTuber. I am under no pretense as to how I look. Enjoy. Delight. Just be down bad. Don't be down atrocious. Don't be down disrespectfully, I think is the thing. I'm on the floor. It does not... Heaven help me for what I'm about to say. Nope. I'm going to respect the purity of this discussion and not make the joke I was going to make.
Customization. He's tenderizing the ground.
Of course.
Write that down.
Write it down.
Yup.
I don't understand much about making this kind of music, but I just enjoy the beats. That is totally fair. Time to reel it back in. Yes. Pull it back in. Pull it back in your control until it's closer and closer and closer until you're staring it face to face. Yeah? Beep. I've been booped. Thank you for the head pats. I forgot to buy a notebook for the stream. No worries, the VOD will be up. I mean, I don't think I've violated too many copyrights with this. Yeah, let me get the background music going again. There. Well, I've been making anything for MF Ghost if you can talk about it. I will say that I have not immediately been approached for MF Ghost. However, There are things that I've released through other record labels, and it is entirely possible that they may choose to release works that I've published with them through into MF Ghost. So, sadly, the answer is your guess is as good as mine. I don't know if that actually sounded any good. So I genuinely don't know. I have no idea how that'll do. The trailer looks nice. Yeah, which one though? I don't think any copyright violations could have possibly happened during the lesson itself, so I think it's the music that I'm listening to at the moment right now, actually. Like, I think, the folks that published Cafe de Toho are pretty protective. And that's fair, that's fine. I could talk to them about a license for... I'm playing it every once in a blue moon. I could switch it to something else. I could just have the background noise. Actually, you know what? I kind of like that idea. How about it, yeah? Sometimes it helps to kind of get rid of the background noise. Just you, me, and the beach. I like being this close. And, well, I don't mind being the reason that your heart's beating just a little bit faster. Yeah? Aw, Vinyl, thank you. Actually, the eyes on my 3D model are way, way prettier. Like, don't get me wrong, these are pretty, but you should see the work that my VTuber parent Niji did on the 3D model. I love the trailer where at the end, the Japanese British character couldn't use chopsticks and the friends had to order a fork. Oh no. So Beat Yoshimaru, I recommend looking it up on YouTube. Hydrate, that I can do. My heart actually stopped beating. It jumped out and is currently writing you a love letter and sending flowers. How do you have my address? Unless you're using Throne, which is totally fine. How did I meet A1? I met A1 through Sugano. So I was working with Sugano on a couple of songs that ended up in Densha D, which is where we get multi-track. Wait, I need the thing. Which is where we get multi-track. Wait, it's really not gonna show up? What the heck? Uh-oh. Is it really not? Oh, there's the problem. Multi-track drifting. That's where we get that one. And after a while, Sugano told me about a project that he was working on for Toho Eurobeat. And I was familiar enough with Toho at the time. And we worked on a couple of songs for the first volume together. And that was how I originally connected with A1. Then we did volume 2 together, and then volume 3, I sent in something on my own. And multi-track. I'm burning up the night, my heart's on fire, I'm burning deep inside. Yeah, it's a very good song. Till the end of the night. But yeah, that's how I met A1. I met them through the amazing Sugano of Sugano Music, who's also a great visual artist, by the way. If you don't follow Sugano Music, then follow Sugano Music, and then follow Sugano's art, which I don't remember at the moment what the account for that is. Let me find out. Okay. Sugano Music. Oh, it's just Sugano_art. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna share Sugano's music Twitter, and then I'm going to share Sugano's art Twitter. It is my understanding that Sugano has been figuring out. Looks like some of it has been experimenting with AI, but I remember he drew a picture of me in this avatar, actually, not this exact one, but drew a similar one without AI. So I thought that was pretty impressive. A lot of these characters look like Millie Parfait now that I think about it. The Witch of the Plateau Plaza. That's cool. Yeah. Actually, right here. This is the picture that Sugano drew of... Hey, let me see if I can get it... Let me see if I can get it on Shoost. Okay, so we're gonna do import item from desktop. This one. That's a very large picture. Scale it down. I'm gonna scooch over to the side real quick. Isn't that pretty? I mean, the Shoost is kind of doing a number on it. But, let me go ahead and pull the lighting down just a smidge. More like this. It's having a... Oh, well, yeah, it looks like it's affecting everything. Yeah, like that. Yeah. So, Sugano is not just a great musician. Sugano is also a great artist. So, definitely support Sugano's work. Yeah, I forgot what I was on about already. Yay. Not gonna lie, I like having background music, but this is kind of nice too. And with great talent comes great responsibility. Exactly. This is why I'm so irresponsible. Yeah. Found out about Densha DD through its version of the famous yet infamous Irohazaka jump. That's right. Forgot about that. Gonna be honest, that's exactly what I want to be, a good artist and musician. Yep, Sugano is one to look up to. I'll put it that way. Yeah. How's it only been an hour and a half? It feels like I spent forever talking about Eurobeat there. I'm sorry if I took a hot minute there. Yeah, I feel that though. I remember I used to want to be a lot better at drawing. Like technically, a lot of the courses that I took in like high school and college were to work on my ability to draw and like to create art. And I haven't really practiced a lot of that. I remember really enjoying charcoal. Like working with charcoal to make like a black and white sort of drawing that way as opposed to using graphite. But that was also to get into game dev and like game design, and that clearly didn't work out, but you know, for the better. I think so anyway. What do you think? Yeah, charcoal is really fun to work with. How many of you have not played with a charcoal? Hello, Kachu TV. You are here, and I'm glad that you're here. Have I watched Initial D, and what is my opinion on it? I've watched a couple of episodes of Initial D. I am not as far along in it as I should be. But what I have seen of it, though, is pretty fun. It's, I don't know, it is still very thrilling. I haven't watched enough of it to really judge it as a full series. Definitely more of a digital artist. That's totally fine. I've thought about getting, like, a digital tablet and learning to draw that way, but there are other things that I'd rather spend that money on, like a wireless adapter for my VR headset. I think that would get me back into VR a lot. I hope Densha D gets an anime adaptation. I mean, given that it's a parody, I think there'd be some rights logistics there that'd be very difficult to negotiate. I'm gonna have another sip. I'm starting to get parched, dehydrated, if you will. Today, outside, it is 88 degrees. All right, I have another hydrate. There we go. Get an iPad with an Apple Pen. It's good for more than just art. That's totally fair. Yeah. Like an iPad could also be loaded up with what's it? Touch Portal, which is basically just a free Stream Deck alike. Plenty of other things. Hello, Shannon. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. Hello, hello, Annie. It's good to see you too. But yeah. Well, that's what it is outside. Inside, it's slightly cooler, not by much, sadly. This place does not have the best air conditioning, but it does have air conditioning. All right, I missed another hydrate. Here we go. Tomorrow it's supposed to hit 94, and then the day after 93, so that'll be interesting. hopefully those days I will be in air-conditioned homes. Or at a hotel. Because tomorrow I'd like to visit my family. Oh yeah, you're free to laugh at my puny weather. You have to live in Arizona. What say you? I'm sorry, that's a low blow. It's a nice, crispy 111 outside. Oh my gosh, are you okay, Arjaz? So for those who don't know, let me translate this out of burgers per eagle units into actual, like, real world units. So currently here, it is 31 degrees Celsius. And tomorrow it will hit 34 degrees Celsius. 111, I don't remember the math for that, but 111 would basically, I think that's what? That's getting to like 40 Celsius territory, yeah? 26 here in France. That sounds lovely. Transferring from NTSC to PAL. Okay, so 111 F to C. That's about 43 degrees Celsius. Yeah, 111 degrees Fahrenheit is 43 degrees Celsius. That's please be safe. Please be careful. That is oppressively hot. I should know. It's hit that here. I remember once, the heat was so bad, I literally had to run a bath to regulate my body temperature. It was so bad. I don't know why, whenever I hear about frying an egg on the sidewalk, I think about leg so hot. Hot, hot leg. Leg so hot, it fry an egg. Yeah. Hot, hot leg. Well, I mean, I don't know. How are these, anyway, actually? We're not showing feet, we're just showing legs. Hey. Mean. Honestly, Euro hot. Tell me something I don't know, babe. Squish. Yeah, I'm keeping, oh wait, actually, wait, I'm wearing shoes. Never mind, we're good. Yeah, I think I got pretty good legs. What do you think? Honestly, not too far from IRL. I got some pretty great legs, IRL as well. I'm glad you like. Glad you like. Now let's dance. I can only do so much. Sadly, I can't really do, like, much else. Yappe. And hello, B7. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. Gosh, can I just say, my mood is already a lot better now that y'all are here. Show us leg press. I don't know if I can do a leg press with this avatar. 300 kilograms. Oh gosh, I haven't been to the gym in such a long time. And that was before I was on HRT. I'd probably barely be able to lift the bar with my arms. I don't know though. I'm summoning all my strength to keep myself in check around the Christian chat. Nah, we're a bit more PG-13. What is it that you're restraining yourself from doing, Vinyl? What are you doing? What's got you bothered? I am so sorry. I am picking on you so badly. There are just those folks that it's really fun to tease. All right, I'm going to take a quick sip. Thank you, Kachu. Legs on fire on all platforms streaming now. Thank you for the headbats. Mom picked me up. I'm scared, but I'm right here, baby. Did the hydrate. Can you share with us? I want to drink too. I don't think it'll go through the microphone very well. Also, let me adjust this real quick. Yeah, it's a little off, isn't it? Here for the headbats. I'm gonna go ahead and bump that up just a little bit. Maybe slightly larger scale. That works. That's close enough. Maybe a little lower. Yeah, that'll work. It's not an exact science, you know? Mom said it's my turn on the Xbox. I didn't know you had an Xbox. I told you that it was your turn so you could, see that you would stop fighting. I have a Switch that I barely ever play. Supervillain and Thigh Highs call me Legs Luthor. Bars! Bars, though! Okay, no bot. That could be your villain. That would be an amazing villain name for you, Shinon. Absolutely amazing. What would my supervillain name be? Why do I feel like this is the kind of thing that Facebook quizzes and like BuzzFeed were designed to fix? What's your supervillain name? Give us this information. Do you like thigh highs, Cooler? I haven't worn thigh highs in a long time. I tend to just go like tights or bare-legged. I really like tights. Actually, I think this one has tights. Yeah, this one's got some tights to it. Yay. I prefer Audi Empress, thank you very much. I do look a bit like an Emperor Penguin, though. Empress Penguin? I'm wearing thigh-high boots right now. Ooh, okay. A little spicy. But yeah. Gonna reel it in. Aww. Darth the Sea? It's summer special. Yeah, it's the beach episode. Are we all Xbox team here? I own a Nintendo Switch. Miss Odyssey. Yes, dear? What's on your mind? Total Odyssey Island. Cute. Actually own a PlayStation. Yeah, that's fair. I own a Nintendo. There's so many jokes that I want to make there. Should I eat an ice cream? I'm sick though. So maybe not an ice cream. I would say, do you have like a fruit bar where it's like frozen fruit juice? That'll be a little bit better. Play Gran Turismo 7 on the PlayStation. I don't have a PlayStation. Does that mean a Nintendo's top exists? I don't necessarily like what that implies. That's a system that decides when it's going to be played. That's like you're just playing another system and it's like, listen to me carefully. You are going to play Mario Kart, and you are going to like it. You will now thank me for this. Good player. Anyway. Tonight on Bottom Gear, Shinon. I actually just dug out my N64 recently. Oh my gosh, I grew up on an N64. I know my way around Peach's Castle better than I know my own apartment. Yeah, I miss and adore and love my old Nintendo 64. I was the kind of kid that got the Prima strategy guide for Donkey Kong 64. PlayStation is the only platform with top energy. Switch is clearly Nintendo. I think Xbox is asexual, but Sega fans... No comment. So I appreciate that idea, Vinyltastic. And you are free to add suggestions to my throne, but I would much rather have the other things. Hello, Dare. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. It is great to have you here. I am Odyssey of Odyssey Eurobeat, and my work has been featured in Super Eurobeat, Initial D, Linus Tech Tips, Hyundai, and the Russian Badger. Great to have you here. But yeah, as much as I would enjoy a Nintendo 64, I would much rather have some of the other things that are already on my throne. You are free to recommend things that I add to the throne list, though. A superb beat. Excellent beat. Subs. Nah. Well, they do say that the bass is where you get down low. So, good question, Beak. If you look down in the description of this stream, you will see a link to my throne list. It is basically it's like an Amazon wish list, but it has more stores than just Amazon, and it has much better security and privacy. If you look down below the stream, if I look down, then all I see is, well, I have a pretty great view. But if you look down below the window where you're watching the stream, you'll see something that says throne. And that is my wish list. If people want to support what I do by buying me things, which is great, if y'all want to spoil me, then that is one way to do so. Actually, it's kind of ironic. If I may be easy on my voice again for a second. I think I've talked about this a little bit before, but the idea of people spoiling me is still a very bizarre one to me. Like, people take care of me, don't get me wrong, but I've kind of settled into the idea of offering entertainment in exchange for currency and other things. So the idea of just being adorable for that kind of care and doting on is well, sometimes it's real nice, you know? Sometimes I can't always be full of oh my energy, you know? Sometimes I like being taken care of. It's nice. I'm glad I renewed my simp license recently. Aww. I do not have fun, so I was spoiling headbats. Honestly, none of you have to drop a cent on me. I am so glad that you're just here. I'm glad that you watch my streams, that you come in and hang out and listen to me ramble about Eurobeat. Be easy on your voice. More often, you sound so... Aw, thank you. Thank you, Weeaboo. The third Nürburgring Eurobeat Dash was uploaded and it is initial D Eurobeat from the beginning. I got gifted no less than 4 games during the Steam sale. Oh, Agent B7. Hello, Tito Sound. Good to see you. And Tito... Agent B7 has requested a... Hi, honey. And a hydrate. I will do that. Ice cubes are my savior right now. Did the hydrate. I'm glad you stream so I can steal your Eurobeat. Learn how to make Eurobeat from you. Yeah. No worries, Anis. Come on back when you got your ice cream. Anis? I got Riders Republic when it was 75% off on Steam. So I got the Ultimate Edition of the game for $40, the biggest steal of all time. I don't think I got a lot of games during the Steam sale. I just haven't played a lot lately. Thank you for the head pats. Not so much for the throw. I think I need to add a sound for that, because right now there's nothing. Hello, Annie Bell. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. You know what? Chat. Can you indulge me on something? I think it was yesterday or the day before when, I think it was when I was voicing one of the characters in Celeste. When I was talking about my lower voice, like my lower register. I'm not going to pitch it down that low. But I think I might go even a little lower than this. What do you think? I think I drifted upwards. Drifted. But just out of enthusiasm, but I wonder if you're all down for it. I think I might try even going lower still. If you're okay with a sultrier me, you know? Very well. Is this a little better? I'm not used to keeping it lower, but it's nice. It's nice sometimes. Do I need to buckle up? I'm not entirely sure. I try to keep my voice a little bit higher. To this day, I still don't know what apple bottom jeans are. I think I gotta be honest. I don't think I do. I don't think I know either. We drifting? It's a Eurobeat stream. We always get off my head. There we go. I definitely do, man. I need the full 5 point for this. Fruit, chinon, pants, pineapple bottom jeans. I think they're like a design, like a cut of jeans. We are swimming. Are we now? We are at the beach. But thank you for indulging me this little bit. Little voice became uncomfortable for you. Don't force. Let it morph. And it's not to say that I put on a voice for you. It's just I tend to go upwards when I'm enthusiastic, and I get in sort of this performative mode. And I will say that my voice can be a source of anxiety sometimes. It's one of those things that I want to... It's one of the ways where I want to make it easy for you to see me the way that I am. So when I have it low, I worry that it... But it's not just one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm no longer cutesy, you know, cutesy girly girl VTuber. It's suddenly it's a little bit more like, I don't know. I mean, I already wear a trans flag on my head, so I feel like people should expect it a little bit, but all your tones of voice are lovely. No. Thank you. I'm really glad that you think so. And thank you for indulging me in this. Just one of those things, one of those little insecurity moments that I have. No. I would hug you too, Mako. I look forward to the day that I can properly give you a hug. My voice is making you eepy? Yeah? Does it comfort you? Does it put you to sleep? Does it remind you of comfier times? Not gonna lie, actually. I have thought about doing more, I've thought about doing more voice-related content. Not just voice packs, but like, might be fun to get an ASMR mic, or just get two of the microphones I already have to do like binaural stuff and just do soft talking, like the way that Nina used to do them, where like it wasn't about like smacky noises or anything like that, just like ear cupping or something. Hello, Pappy. Good to see you. I hope you're doing very well. It's like, let me wave at you. I hope you're doing very well, Happy Pappy. I should sleep. It's 1:28 a.m. Big Yoshi Mario, thank you so much for popping in. Sleep well, wake up refreshed. We'd love to see you again very soon. Do I still produce songs? Of course I do. That is the bulk of my music work. Most of what I release is stuff that I produce. Stuff that I produce myself, in fact. Wait, Pappy, was that to B7? I'm sorry. But yeah, I hope you're all doing well. Didn't know it was my time to go to heaven because I can... Stop, you're so sweet. You're all being so kind to me. Thank you. I appreciate this, actually. All good, good. Okay. But yeah, I've been thinking about doing streams like that where I kind of like what I've heard Cottontail and Aloe do, except for I don't tend to do like the kissy noises or like stuff with the tongue or the lip smack. Maybe just like ear cupping and affirmations, you know? I forgot the reverb. I'm so sorry. Not gonna lie, had a bunch of things come up one day recently, got frustrated, calmed down, think about... Did you? I didn't know that. I'm actually kind of flattered to hear that. I turned it off again, Big Yoshi, I'm sorry. It wasn't supposed to still be on. Have to drift out of here because of work, but I'll be around later. Thank you so much for popping in, Polyleague, and I hope that you have... A Polylog, I'm sorry. I hope that you have a great rest of your evening. I gotta grab something, but it's knocking everything over instead. There. Let me try that again. Wish I could have just dodged that. I'm actually really relieved to hear this. Heading out in an hour for the new night job, driving shuttle bus for Park and Fly. That's fantastic. I hope that it is a rewarding and fulfilling job for you, or at least that it pays the bills. Yeah, I'm actually kind of appreciating that that this is still okay. Hey, If you're gonna throw a gift at me, might as well do it from Throne, okay? Actually, I wonder if I can connect that. Like, if someone buys me something from Throne, like, it throws a bunch of gifts at me on stream. Thank you for the head pats. Deadass, when I say I don't think there's a voice I find more comforting than yours, not even my own mom's. I really do find a deep sense of comfort in... Wait, that's really sweet. What the heck? I'm honored, some weeaboo. It is really hard for me to come to grips with that. Hello, the old regular. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. Swimsuit looking amazing. Why, thank you. Here's the fit. Still look good? Let me get a little closer again. There we go. My general rule is, like, I try to be just below the boobs in frame for general streams. That is my... We must stay focused, brothers. I mean, you're here, you're watching me. You don't necessarily have to focus on the subject. You are not required to do anything other than give me your attention. It just so happens that my eyes are up here. God, that's fun. I'm not gonna lie. That might be one of the most fun things about being a VTuber now. Just like, you know what? Cute as hell now. Delight. Enjoy it. Aw, Cher. You're so cute. I think the last record I listened to was Tom Petty Live at the Fillmore. Most of the Eurobeat stuff I listened to was mainstream 90s Eurobeat. That's totally fair. The 90s was a good time for Eurobeat, and now was a good hydrate. Thank you for the reminder. I'm curious. I don't usually go to this sussy of a point right away, but I don't think I can resist it. I wonder who will comply. I feel like if I issued a certain command... Bark for me. I wonder who would answer it, even if I was just joking about it. Oh my. Oh, Mako. That's adorable. You're adorable. Oh, there we go. There we go. I see. Why, I was just pointing it out as an idea. But I appreciate your compliance. I appreciate your participation. Good chat. I'm sorry, that was a little much. But, it was fun, literally 1984. Oh, you're fun. I mean, I want my persona to be a dog, so it's kind of cheating. I see. I think funny animal noise has been really fun and comfy for training, getting comfy with my voice. That is totally fair. That is super valid. And, as much as I tease, and as much as I get flirty with stuff, I think there is validity in exploring things for yourself, you know? I'll think for that, Bats. Yay. If my persona is a protogen, would it be a bunch of beep sounds? I have no idea. I don't know much about protogens. I'm sorry. I am ignorant. Also, this does not look correct. Oh, technically it is. Maybe a little higher. That's not what I need. Maybe a little higher? No, maybe the scale is off. Maybe it needs to be like here. And then like that. Yeah, let's do that. And then close that. I don't need a rectangular marker in that direction. Yeah. Thank you for the head pats, by the way. And also I can feel my voice drifting upwards again. My beep sounds would sound like the RWR in the F-18. All my close friends are trans and ND and furry, so a lot of funny noises happen. That is totally fair. Everyone is going ham with the bargain. I'm just... woof. I've seen protogens with that funny initial D bleat sound on a button. That's actually kind of cool. I should get that. in my own soundboard. I thought I had it. I have like the Eurobeat hit sound, but then I also have RWR, the thing that tells you if bad guys are locking on and are shooting at you. Loads of funny noise and key smashing has occurred today. Well, yeah, I mean, all I had to do was say hi to you. Love my neurodivergent friends. We basically just bark at each other. Am I the only straight person here? Maybe, and that's totally fine. I do hope that it never comes across as if I am like shaming or trying to push too much. I do have fun expressing myself a certain way, but I don't know. It's fun to tease, to flirt a little bit. Yeah, there are definitely some straight folks in the chat. Hello, Eli. Good to see you. Wait, where's the wave button? There it is. I hope you're doing very well. Euro tease, Audi flirt Euro tease. Yeah, there's plenty of straight folks in the chat. Look, I was just trying to get. I'm ace, so I'm neither. Well, yeah, that's fair. I suppose so. Just like hang out with cool people. Aw, you are in great company, Happy Pappy. I am going to take a 5 to 10 minute break just to kind of rest my voice a little bit, refill some stuff, and let y'all play some words on stream in the meantime. So, we've only got about an hour of stream left, but we're going to make it count. So I will be right back. Boop. Boop. I'm back. Let me see. Let me get everything back in place. Hello! It looks like we picked up a few more folks since I left. Sheesh, I almost don't know if I should just keep that going. But it is good to be back. Alright, so put that away. Come back here and boop. There we go. Hello, hello. Yeah. It's good to be back. Did you miss me? You can tell me if you miss me. I won't tease too much. But yeah, I decided to cut up an avocado into cubes and grab some mozzarella. So, and then I threw a bunch of ice cubes into my water bottle and, got a bunch of water for that. So there's that. Yeah. By the way, for those of you who did not play Words on stream, did you take care of yourself? Did you get some water? Did you do a little stretch? Actually, real quick, if you did not, if you were playing Words on stream, but you didn't take care of yourself or like grab a drink or something, let's do something, yeah? Let's do a great big stretch together. Are you ready? All right. I'm going to sit with my feet on the floor, and I'm just going to reach up with both my arms and basically just reach. Ready? 3, 2, 1, stretch. I made noises, didn't I? Sorry about that. Okay. I'm glad that it didn't come through. I heard squeaky noises on my end. Never mind. Totally none. None whatsoever at all in the slightest. Oh no! Don't break stuff. I'm sorry. If you are... Have you heard some of the music from Tame Impala? I'm sure I have. I just, I wouldn't be able to identify it off the top of my head. I'm sorry. I'm a little out of it. I'm sure that if, like, you pointed me to something that, like, showed on the radio, I'd be like, oh yeah, that. Okay, don't joke like that. I'd be really upset if, like, I let everyone in a stretch and people just, like, got injured or something. Well, yeah, I mean, if I get to take a break, you should be able to as well, you know? Take care of yourself, refill your water bottle, grab a snack. I mean, I may already be a snack, but you know what I'm talking about. He made the less I know, the better. Oh, think of that, Bats. Yay. But yeah, if I can take care of myself, you should be able to take care of yourself. I think it's only fair. Okay. It's interesting, though. I notice that when I eat avocado, it takes care of my voice a little bit. It's very restorative. I'd play Rock Band 3, but I can't get custom songs working, nor do I have a modded Xbox 360. Oh no. That does sound like it'd be, that'd make it a little easier. Why Rock Band 3, despite that being the hardest game to actually hit things? I mean, that kind of adds the challenge. That makes the reward more interesting. Like, if it's harder to do and you do it, then, you climb to the top of that mountain, you know? That is a skill at that point. Not sure why I'm still blushing. There we go. Hello, McCoy F4F, and hello, Raiders. It is great to have you here. How are you doing today? We are just hanging out. We are having a little bit of a hang out by the beach. If we haven't met before, I am Odyssey of Odyssey Eurobeat. I have made Eurobeat that's been featured in Super Eurobeat, Initial D, Linus Tech Tips, Hyundai, the arcade game My My, and even Russian Badger. But yes, how are you? How is your stream? Let's get that shout out going. Okay, and then shout out McCoy F4F. How are you? Looks like you're playing Class of '09 The Re-Up. I have never heard of that game. What kind of game is that? Yeah, earlier today I had a little bit of anxiety, so today it was horrifying. Thanks for asking. That's fair. Earlier today I had a little bit of an anxiety bout, so today we're just kind of rolling with the vibes, taking things easy. Please don't ask. Duly noted. I will no longer ask. Instead, I will munch on my avocado cubes and just hang out for a little bit. I just got back from a break, and we stretched together right before you got in. Yeah, today's just super easy going. We're just kind of hanging out. So if you need to take care of yourself, like grab a drink or a snack, and come on back here, just so we can hang out. Hello, Link Cool. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. Earlier, we were talking about just what was causing some of my anxiety, to the basics of like the down and dirty, just quickest approach to getting Eurobeats done, to voice stuff, to all kinds of different things. Glad you feel well enough to see us all. Appreciate your... Well, of course. I am glad that you are all here. How do I say? I will always be glad that people want to check out what I do. You know? I will always be honored. I don't know, I'm just glad that people are here. Aw, Hero, you're so sweet. I'm sorry, Hero. My brain just condenses things too quickly. I'm gonna eat my avocado before I make more mistakes. I'm sorry. Five Nights at Freddy's wishes it was as horrifying. Well, I mean, Five Nights at Freddy's is mostly about like jump scares. It doesn't necessarily have the same amount of atmosphere as, you know, other games might. We are honored to have you in this world and everything you've done for millions of people. That is still a really hard concept to grasp. There's still some part of me that feels like the same geeka nerd that is making really crappy original Nightcore Italo Disco on my computer for a living. So to hear, like, the idea that people will think that I've done a big thing or made something that's had that kind of impact, it's still hard for me to accept. Then again, that's something I'm kind of working on. Maybe I need to let myself be appreciative of the things that I've earned and to be like, yeah, you know what, I did something pretty cool. That was, as the youth say, poggers. But yeah, I need to let myself be more proud of things, I guess. A little bit of ego as a treat. Ego, not e-girl. I'm already an e-girl. Jump scares really fell off for me. I get more scared from the psychological stuff now. Yeah. That's fair. I am a very anxious person, so jump scares still work pretty effectively on me. The problem is, like, this is the weirdest thing to be dysphoric about. I have a very unfeminine scream. I don't get jump scares and go, save me. It's usually more like, it's more like someone getting torn in half in like a war movie. It's like G.I. Joe getting pulled apart by like militants. I don't know. Like, it is not a flattering or feminine scream. And it's a weird thing to be like bothered by. I think some of you might have heard me the one time that I played the first FNAF, and it was not a fun sound. It was not a cute thing where it's like, I want to protect her, my streamer, she's so cute, yeah. It was more like,
bruh.
Yeah, I sadly my scream is a bra moment, just to be real. I don't know why, but that sound effect never fails to get me to just kind of giggle a little bit, just
Bruh.
I know, but I feel like my particular scream is like, I don't know, it's guttural. Aw, Hero, thank you. I will say, I've been spending more time, like, I've been spending more time in my femininity lately. That's been the source of a lot of my recovery lately, a lot of my rest and restoration. By the way, if you're here from McCoy's stream, this is not going to be a super active. It's literally just conversation at this point. If you're here for conversation and easygoing stuff, then you are in the right place. But if you're looking for more of a thrill, no worries. We do games and Eurobeat production, all kinds of other stuff most other days. So we'd love to have you for the follow, but no worries. Give me that DK Eyewitness Dinosaur Hunter. Wait, do I remember like DK Eyewitness being like do 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 do? That intro slapped. I love that one. Oh, that song is so good. Absolute banger. Absolute banger. Up there with the Bill Nye opening theme, but for very different reasons. I remember that. Yeah. That was such a banger. Avocado. I should have added salt to this. Eurobeat Eyewitness remix. Listen, I have a policy not to remix perfection. Because look, if I can make something fun and interesting out of a song with a remix, then I'll do it. But if the song is already perfection, then I'm not going to taint that. I'm not going to ruin that, you know? And I dare not imply that the Eyewitness theme is anything short of perfect. Bill Nye theme reminds me of an early 2000s Raw Thrills arcade racing game. Yes, 110%, absolutely. Street Hawk. I don't think I've played Street Hawk. Or watched Street Hawk. I don't know. Some media I remember, some media I do not. I might finish this entire avocado. And listen, someone was in here saying that they don't like avocado. Listen here, buddy. Your taste is valid, and we don't have to like the same food to still be on good terms. I went looking for remixes, but it was just too powerful. The only way to go further beyond was to go full orchestration with modern digital or even live instruments. I would almost want to push it in like even more MIDI. I don't like avocado either. That's okay. Listen, I'll have all your avocado. I'll take it. Listen, I am a giver. And if it means that I need to give you freedom from that avocado, then I will gladly take it. I am so generous and kind and very hungry for avocado. Take the cheese too. I like cheese, though. Wait, what's that for? Oh, yeah. So I do have some texture response issues, but not... For some reason, avocado doesn't do it for me. That said, one great way to enjoy avocado without worrying about that, blend it into a smoothie. Make it part of something. Blue intellect. How could I resist, baby? Are you ready? That works a lot better with the 3D avatar. But I hope that that worked out for you. Aw, cute. That's an adorable response. And Pixie with the Nya redeem. Let me see what I can do. Nya, 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 nya. Hello, Davi. Good to see you. You are towards the tail end of things, but you are still here in time. I started a little late today, so we got a little bit more time with you. How are you doing? I usually start at 2 p.m. and I end at 5 p.m. Pacific, but today I started at 2:30. Had a little bit of an anxious episode, get a little in the way. Aw, thank you, Hero. I don't mind being cute sometimes. Okay, you know whose approach I really like to doing that kind of thing, being cutesy and such? I really like Cinder's attitude towards it. Like, 5 p.m. Pacific, I'm sorry. Should I make a livery of you on my car in GT7? I mean, you can. You're always no, stop. Thank you. You're free to. Like, I don't mind. I'm honored that you want stuff of me on your car. I think someone has made like a Hot Wheel. Was it? I think Samurai Caveman actually made a an actual like miniature car with the Odyssey livery stuff on it. Odyssey, it's just, I don't know how I'd feel about that. Not gonna lie, like, don't get me wrong. I'd be extremely honored, but it's the kind of thing like, okay, it's the kind of thing where you find out that someone, okay, I shouldn't joke about this. I'm not even joking about it because it has technically actually happened. It's that feeling that you get when you realize that someone has a tattoo of something about you. It's like, what? I'm sorry. What? and I'm honored. I'm very glad, but it's also like, wait, you have permanently etched something about me or made a tremendous investment into something for like that has to do with me. That is tremendous. Also, hello GLMD. Just got an ad for auditioning to Hololive. Huh. I did not know they were advertising. Every once in a while I think about auditioning for an agency, but I feel like I need more creative freedom. I feel like if I did apply to like Hololive or Nijisanji or Idol or something, I wonder, like, would I have the freedom to stream as seldom as I do or work on music as often as I'd like? And it's not to say that it'd be a guarantee so much as it's not a given, you know? Also like this character. I like just kind of being me, you know? Like if someone gets something tattooed, I almost feel responsible to not betray them or anything. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, well, no pressure. Some people have literal, like, cases of me etched onto their body. You know, no pressure. Just had a thought that Odyssey should mess with an Oberheim OBX, also V Shoujo. I'm not entirely sure if I'm what V Shoujo's looking for. I noticed that so far V Shoujo tends to work mostly with creators that already have very large followings already, which is not an invalid approach. It's not an invalid structure. Generally, that means that they don't have to do quite as much legwork to get you going. Basically, it's just a matter of keeping the fire fueled. You know, like there's a feeling of like, is that something that I like to? And please understand, this is not me knocking on the idea of applying to an agency. If you want to apply to an agency, then I will encourage you. If you feel like that is the direction that you want to go, then I highly recommend that you do so. Go for it. I remember a lot of other like Nijisanji members were very open about the audition process and encouraging people to try it. And I do think that nowadays the filtering, the process is a little bit more rigid, but I don't think it's necessarily a given that you have to be, you know, at X numbers already. It's more about the experience, I would think. We also need to remember that, like, Subaru joined knowing nothing about, like, VTubers or anything like that. She just kind of wanted to take care of her family. The issue is, with joining an agency, that you generally comply with agency requests and requirements. You know, stream X amount of hours per week. You know, put out X amount of videos per month. Be part of X or Y amount of whatevers per ever. And it's not to say there's no freedom. There are definitely things that are up to you. But if you want to do things like have your own avatar or your own design, your own name, your own branding, then that is called into question. Because usually, the sort of the big ones will tend to have control over that. How do I say? It's why, with Bishoujo, Silvervale and Vebe and Yanners kept their characters, because before Bishoujo, they were still Silvervale and Yanners and Vebe. Whereas with Nina Kosaka, or any other VTuber with like Hololive or Nijisanji, that character ends with their graduation. The talent behind that VTuber can go on to do whatever, just not as that character. So it depends on how you want to do things. Let's be honest, Snuffy, Shiley, etc. You don't need an agency. You don't. You don't need one. However, an agency can do a lot for you. It's a bit like a record label for a musician. You can be entirely independent. You can be, but sometimes the way that you want to take your music, the way that you want to put stuff out there, just needs a buttload of money from corporate sponsors. Seriously. It could just be a matter of, like, the only thing between you and superstardom or whatever you're aiming for is a shitload of cash and someone to put it on MTV. And that may not be against your values. Like, a lot of people, very good. I would be careful about using me as an example. I have a lot of renown, but I don't think I've done a very good job in terms of marketing myself for, like, fame. I would say that acts like Dominic Ninmark or Turbo or the such would be a little bit better off with that. But yeah, and it's worth knowing what you value in what you make. I like having a lot of control over what I do. If I want to cancel a stream for some reason, if I need to take care of something for my family right away, I like not having to fill a bunch of paperwork for it. I like the flexibility that I have. If we can touch on the subject from earlier in the stream, though, every so often I do imagine if I joined an agency and they handled a lot of these things. Oh, thank you for the head pats. Not every agency takes care of everything, by the way. And I'm gonna take a quick sip. I know of some agencies where if you want to do a song, it's out of your own wallet. It's my understanding that's not the case for every agency, but I won't get into the details there. Turbo is going through a pretty reasonable growth. You've been in the game longer and kind of bounce around doing whatever you want, and I think it shows. Well, I think the thing with Turbo is that man is a production monster. He goes, I think I'll make a Eurobeat remix, and then go from idea to release in like 24 hours. The absolute unit just keeps powering through. Thank you for that, Bats. And I used to be a little bit more like that. In one stream, exactly. Yeah, just in one sitting. In one sitting. I've thought about doing streams like that again. I remember there were a couple of tracks that I've made from start to finish like that. Maybe that could be like a reward for reaching a certain point. Like, if we hit like 250 in the Pally bar or something, or, I don't know. I think I did that hydrate, so I'm gonna mark that as done. But stuff like that. I did it. I don't know. Like, so Turbo has this absolutely bonkers turnaround rate. He'll go, oh, no idea. Remix it. Oh, another one. Remix it. I think I'm going to make an original. And makes it. I hope the accent there was not, like, offensive or bad. But, like, Turbo is able to jump on a trend. Okay. the only analog that I could think of between Turbo and myself is when I was doing pony music. I was able to remix a song from the show within a couple of days. And that was how I built a lot of my career. Turbo is able to remix stuff that has a wider audience. And that reaches a lot of people right away. And to put it in perspective, people are already tired of Cupid, the 50/50 song. And don't get me wrong, it's not a bad song, it's just overplayed. I still haven't released my remix. Still. Or made any kind of cover or anything like that. I get so caught up in the BS, in the what if, in the polish, in this or that that may not actually matter. I'm trying too hard with other things to, make it VTuber digestible, to make it, to make this or that work, to give myself time to rest, that kind of thing. Lost in the sauce, yes. And Turbo does not put up with the same BS that I do. And that's valid. So the Turbo method for marketing and such is very powerful. And that's something that I don't do very well as much as I used to. I think Turbo is famous like he is because he always makes Eurobeat remixes about things that are famous. So he doesn't always make remixes about stuff that are famous at the moment. He's made remixes of stuff that was popular in like the 90s and 2000s. He's made originals that absolutely slap. He's a lot more than just Eurobeat remix artist. If that is your understanding of Turbo, then I heavily recommend that you take a look at what Turbo does. Like, take a look at his other releases. He has a song called Odyssey that has nothing to do with me. And it's amazing. It's fantastic. The man can produce and all kinds of stuff. And please understand, this is not just going to be me worshiping Turbo the entire time. Turbo is... You don't need me to tell you. But the point is, like, Turbo has a work ethic and structure that is... It's mind-blowing. And I used to have that. And some part of me wants to go back to that. But I feel like to do that as a VTuber... I think that was the original intention of, like... There was that PowerPoint that I made when finances were getting a little bit rougher. And I was like, yep, we are full tilt, just music production the entire time. We're going to do this and that. We're going to do different. The only thing that really stuck from that is that I stream every weekday now. Having a sense for that kind of stuff is good skill on its own, too. Having a good sense helps a lot. Well, yeah. The way that I've heard it said is like, that took you 5 minutes. Why should I pay you that much? Because it took me 5 years to learn how to do it that well in 5 minutes. And Turbo kind of has that in, like, a very concentrated dose. And I used to have that, but I like also... And, I mean, that's not the only thing that Turbo even streams. I remember he used to... he plays, like... I remember catching him playing in a Final Fantasy VII remaster, remake, whatever it is, stream. And he was having a great time. It was very fun. But, I don't know. I think a lot of other things hold me back. Then again, chat. For those of you who don't already know for sure, you're free to guess. How old do you think I am? Seriously. Based on voice, based on things that I like, based on what you've heard. Just plain based. 34, at least 3, 35. Oh, take care, Davi. 34, 35. Cute years old. 30. 28. Less than 30. 41. 41? Hey! Okay, just kidding. I'm just kidding. 40, actually, I would nail it at 40. I am gorgeous for my early 50s. Just kidding. 20 to 30. So chat, I am in my early 30s. Early 30s, I would say. So y'all are actually pretty accurate. How old is Turbo? He's in his like mid-20s, yeah? Early mid-20s? Aw, thank you, Hero. And oh, 22. Oh wow. Okay, I didn't need an exact number, but okay. So Turbo is still an energetic young lad. Barely old enough to drink. The Eurobeat Wiki has my birth year, does it? I see. But I digress. It's not important. Here's the thing, by the way. I know that a lot of this information is already out there. I know that a lot of people have my birthday and my full dead name. Really. We know where to go for this. Do we really need to shout it out? It's part of why I joke about, like, oh yeah, the reason I post selfies is if I don't post pictures of myself, then other people will post pictures of me that they have from eons ago. And those are not flattering or accurate or good. But yeah. It has turbos as well. From 2000 and turning 23 this August. Point being, let's not dox information here, okay? Actually, I'm gonna, as a matter of fact, yeah, let's not do that. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have even read that out loud. Point being, Turbo has a long time to get to my age. A few years, really. And I don't have quite as much energy as I used to back then. 27 had a major, massive hang up about aging, like nightmares and panic attacks and psychological trauma. It's a big source of pain for me. Hello, Pig Catapult. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. And, I remember... Here's the weird thing for me in, like, aging. It bugged me more before I came out. Like, for me, it was a legitimate source of dysphoria. I feel like I talk a little too often about my particular issues as a trans woman. I'll be quick about it. The idea of becoming an old man bugged me. The idea of becoming, more like how I had seen things pan out elsewhere in life happen for me, that bugged the absolute hell out of me. I was not ready for that. Keep talking about them. It's one of the reasons I find it really. I appreciate that, some weeaboo. But I think after I came out and I found my energy, I think the thing for me was I felt like I was aging ahead of my time. When I was in my 20s, people thought that I was in my 30s. And then towards the end of my 20s and earliest 30s before the pandemic, I started embracing my femininity a little bit more, kind of subtly in private ways, and people started to think that I was in my earlier 20s. It's like I reverse aged the more that I embraced myself. And now people seem to guess more accurately, which is, you know, I can work with that. How do I say? I'm glowing. Thank you. I am glowing. Especially lately. Like, now that I've gone back and embraced that about myself, I definitely feel a lot happier. So, I think it might be worth examining what it is about. And then please understand, I am not a counselor. I am not qualified to speak to this, but there might be a reason I still get ID checked at supermarkets. Oh, thank you for that, Bats. I still get ID checked at supermarkets. Yeah. Shannon, you have a very youthful face. I think you look great. And yeah, I think you're doing good. It's worth examining what your stance is on that. We only have one life. Spending it worrying about things is spending it worrying about things without action or just stressing about it is not constructive. Instead, I think it's more valuable to think about what to do with that time, what you would like to change, and what's viable within that. I remember in my 20s, entering my early 30s, I just didn't have transition on the table. I didn't think that it was something that I could do. But once that opened up, I felt a lot more, I guess I felt a lot more enthused about it. How am I meant to act when I haven't thought out a complete plan for it, right? Gosh, just at me directly, goodness. I remember that was kind of something that I dealt with too. It's like, if I don't have an answer for everything, if I don't have a game plan down to the detail, then I haven't planned enough. If I can't answer every possible criticism with facts, then my entire plan is worthless. And I gotta be honest. I'm gonna say this with reverb, and it's gonna be a little hecked up, but please bear with me. No one escapes life alive. No one gets out of this alive. No one comes out of this unscathed, unscarred, unbattered. Life is too short to have the answers for everything forever at all times. Really. That's not to say be careless. That's not to say be reckless with yourself, with others, with valuable things. But maybe you can have a sense of where you want to go and enough of the answer. Hello, Maury Mouse. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. That's not to say that you shouldn't learn. That's not to say that you shouldn't have a game plan at all. There's a balance, I think. And I'm going to take another sip. There's a fundamental balance between flying by the seat of your pants and planning everything out. And I think it's okay to find an in-between. I was the kind of person that had my future planned out. When I thought I was a dude, I was gonna marry a woman. I was gonna marry a supermodel, and we were gonna have 3 kids, all of them in wrestling in middle and high school. And we were gonna have a Chevy Blazer. Lord knows why. Why? Why did I focus on that car? But I had it down to the car. I had it down to that level of things. Like, I knew the kind of career that I wanted. I knew the kind of this and that and how I was gonna get there, and it all fell apart. Part of why I'm in music is because of flying from the seat of my pants, in a way. I went to school for digital media art to get into the game industry. By the time that I was done with the program, I wanted nothing to do with the industry. It was such a toxic place to go. And after that, I got into, video editing and eventually digital media marketing. And I did some marketing jobs for a while. And I was the marketing manager for the English branch of Oppo's media branch. So Oppo has like their phones, and Oppo and OnePlus are similar companies. And Oppo had an audio branch. They did like Blu-ray players and headphones and amplifiers and such. Yes, you are right, Shannon. A couple of those songs were from my university days. And in the meantime, when that job that I was with, when Oppo Digital closed, I spent a year door dashing as my primary job between lining up interviews. And for a full year, I applied and applied and applied and interviewed and applied and called and got called back and made it to the very end and was told, you were so close, but we went with someone else. And applied and ground and grinded and pushed. And music was something I did on the side. Music was something that I did to keep myself sane. When I wasn't spending my time melting in a tin can without air conditioning, I was doing that. And I remember the advice that I got, well-meaning, from a family member in the kitchen of my parents' house. And I quote, "This Eurobeat thing isn't gonna go anywhere." So I always had this notion in the back of my head that this isn't gonna work. VTubing is an idiot idea for idiots. And I would be an idiot to do it. That, streaming for a living and doing the YouTube game for a living would be a move for people far more attractive than I and far more interesting than I. This is back when Odyssey Eurobeat was just the music and I was just a vehicle for it. I mean, that alongside some other stuff and my own gender issues, that was such a dark point in my life that my parents had, for a little while, you know, they since this, obviously, they have learned quite a lot about depression. But there was a time when depression was seen as more as an excuse. And, you know, something that you run and get enough sunlight to end. You know, it's not really a thing. I was so visibly depressed one morning. Just literally waking up and going to make breakfast. I was so noticeably, visibly depressed that my mom had to ask if I was. Just because you have a plan, pardon my French, but I can't think of a way that will drive the point in any better. Having a game plan doesn't guarantee shit. It won't guarantee you anything. I have my gripes about the job field, but you could have every plan. Thank you for the head pats. You could have every plan set in stone, cast into the stars, lined up and ready to go. Nothing. I started doing music because I was running out. My car was starting to break down. I was running out of time. So in September of 2019, I go, wait a minute. What if I earned enough this week to where I didn't have to DoorDash? So I crunched some numbers and figured out how much I needed to earn, and I did it. I earned enough. What if I do it for another week? I did it. What if I do it for September? Or like October. October almost didn't work out, but then November actually worked. And then December, it's like, all right, here we go. January, February, COVID. But by then, I was able to establish myself doing music full time. It wasn't until I built a Patreon and started doing regular streams and regular releases, that changed everything. This isn't to say that, you know, you gotta have some awful trauma or terrible thing to go through, nor that, you know, my story is gonna work out, the band's gonna make it. It's more like the best laid plans of mice and men often go awry. Same goes for women, by the way. Can't confirm. But you can only do so much. I think I might have been full-time earlier than that. I might have been like 2018 when I started doing that. And like 2019, was when it really started to click. I might have it off. Actually, Shannon, you would know better than I would, actually. But, that's the thing. I got into this game kind of on the seat of my pants. Kind of because I didn't have a lot of other options. At some point, door dashing was going to screw over my car in such a point. It was going to be so destroyed by that point that getting to and from interviews is going to be more difficult. I think that might have been 2018. Let me check, though. Let's see, YouTube Studio. Videos. EP in a month was for, data flow, right? That was before a lot of things, actually. So data flow was in, yeah, I tend to say 2018. Because I remember 2019, I was in a really knocking them out. One of my prouder eras of putting out music, as it were. Let's see. I think 2019 was like where Hurry Up was like the big thing. EP in a month was... I don't think I was doing full time for the first EP in a month challenge. 2017. So here's the thing. I remember putting stuff out like that, but I think I went full time. I might have been 2018, actually. I make stuff as a hobby. VA disability and being declared unemployable kind of has me locked in a spot, but I have an apartment and I eat, etc., pay my bills. Honestly, that's fair. Yeah, I think 2018 must have been it then. Because, I'm sorry, all this to say, there's a balance between being meticulous and planning everything out and just doing what you need to do. And now, because I took that leap, because I was ready to, frankly, lose everything, I was able to find a career path that makes me extremely happy. Even the stuff that stresses me out and gives me anxiety attacks, I'd rather have that than the stuff that I was dealing with at a regular day job. If they would even have me. If they wouldn't pull the, you're making the team uncomfortable. There was that altercation with that employee. Yeah, I asked him to stop dead naming me. Yeah, raising your voice like that. We need a team player. We're letting you go. Dealing with that BS. I'd much rather have the stresses that I have now than the awful, awful stuff that I would, the absolute soul suck that was the job market that I was in. I think my experience with it was exceptionally bad. I'm sure there were things that I could have done better. I'm sure there were things that I could have done different. Chat. I've been dysphoric. I've cried on stream. I've been sad before. Nothing in my life was as soul-gutting as that time when I was applying for jobs. As that time when I was filling out applications. Aw, I've been boofed. Sorry to get heavy on this, but the point is, that's the answer. You know, how am I meant to act when I haven't thought out a complete plan for it? Simply act. Do what you need to do. Do what is right. And the way that my dad has put it, given equal options, given that the options are equally good, choose the one that will give you the best story. Alternatively, few have sat in their bed wishing they spent more time on their portfolio. We are not... I mean, please take care of yourselves. Earn an income. Take care of yourselves. Feed yourself, that kind of thing. But we were not meant to lie about our credentials to a point where for the record, I never lied about my credentials, which is probably why I didn't get a job. Yeah, I've had 20 years of experience in a field that's only been around for 15 years. But I digress. We were not meant to work until we are too old to enjoy the money that we've saved up. We were not meant to live that way. Life should not get in the way of living. 10 open applications on Indeed. Amelia, please don't take this the wrong way. I think that is good. That is a lot of applications out. I would put out about 10 a day. I would fill out about 10 applications a day. Often thrown away. So, apply for jobs. Get what you need to do. This is not to say screw jobs and screw stable work or things like that, but please understand, life rewards action. Life rewards doing what you need to do, even if you don't know everything. You may not know exactly where you need to go, but you could just need a trajectory. Have plans, but understand that life does not care about your plans. You are free to have them. Just understand that at any point, for any reason, they may change. I wish I had the opportunity to work law, but due to government stuff, I'm not allowed to. There's a big difference between a career and a job. You at the moment have a career. Maybe what you had before were jobs. Exactly, Shannon. I had jobs. I had work. I worked at a couple of startups, and they were great. It takes time, effort, and finding actual jobs, and I can't live without more money, really. And yeah, that's the thing. Please do what you can to support yourself, but once you have your basics covered, can't get to be me fully without a few thousand because of how bad trans healthcare is globally. There are, how do I say, do what you gotta do to take care of yourself. Do the minimum, like get your minimums taken care of. But understand that sometimes the best course of action isn't necessarily to have a plan, but your best course of action may not necessarily be the one that you've mapped out and planned for yourself and believed in for years and years and years and years. I'm sorry for that getting so heavy. I'm gonna do that hydrate, and then we've been going for about 3 hours now. How y'all doing? I think we're getting to the point where maybe we could see who's streaming, take some last questions, field some comments, and wrap up the weekend. Or wrap up for the weekend, rather. Yeah. Sea Dog, Iron Mouse, Athelston, Chibi, Nags, Ellie, Rintaicho, Piapi, Gaz, Ratskare, Diesel, Barry Mont Blanc. 3 hours felt like 3 minutes. Aw, I'm glad that you like spending time with me. Let's see. We haven't rated Chibi in a while. Let's rate Chibi. Yeah, I was gonna be a game designer with a Chevy Blazer and a mustache and a beard and a wife and at least 2 kids. Now I can't get pregnant. I won't make the joke that I usually do that follows that. There's no plot topic for me. Alright, there's been a nya redemption. Nya, 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 nya. Shannon, don't steal that from me. Yes, yeah, I cannot get pregnant, but, Thorin Bradley and Chris Evans are invited to try.
やっべ。
Am I kicked off the platform yet? Have I been deplatformed? Ow. Anyway.
No.
Alright, I've been sussy enough. But yeah, sometimes life just...
Do it! Just do it!
Do what now? Anyhow, yes, so, friends, thank you so much for coming. Any other last questions, comments, remarks, redemptions? Otherwise, we are going to raid the amazing, the fantastic Chibidoki. But yeah, again, if Thor and Bradley will ever watch these streams, let's talk. But yeah. Thank you, Audie. Many important thoughts and feelings today. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being down with that kind of thing with me, too. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there if you let it. Well, that's kind of a grim way to put it. I think it's more just the sense that you gotta be ready to fight back. But I think life has a lot of beauty to it, too. A lot of joys to share. There's a lot of wonder in life. Request you to do push-ups on stream. Alright, bet. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll do. Anything else? Life is a wood chipper? Well, no. I don't think life is a wood chipper. Can I hug you? Well, I mean, I could try from my avatar. Come here. So cute. Oop, that was gonna zoom in a kind of sussy way. Solely his body for push-ups. Yeah, honestly, that kind of reflects how they are for me now. I was able to bang them out before, well, a few life decisions. Some of them great, some of them being sedentary. Was that just a plan to boop me? Alright, friends, it is time. We're going to raid Chibidoki. Thank you so much for coming. I will see you next week. This weekend, I'm probably going to pop over between my parents' place and MagWest. The Living Tombstone is performing tomorrow night, and I want to see Yoav and Sam perform. But until then, the raid begins. This is the raid message. If you don't have that emote, then any heart will do. Thank you so much for coming. I will see you on Monday. Until then, I am Odyssey of Odyssey Eurobeat, signing off. Mwah. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Bye-bye. Much love. Bye-bye. If I was Fox Mom, I'd be like, Ochu, mama. Sayonara, Odyssey. Bye-bye. Oh, is that right? Ara, いい子だね。